And I just want to say it's hard for me to be in the United States Senate and not to think of my late father, who spent his life in this Senate chamber advocating on behalf of human rights, civil rights, and the expansion of social justice, not only in the United States but around the world. And I'm honored to be here with a distinguished panel that I will be introducing shortly. But before I do, I'd like to introduce today's hearing by beginning to talk about what Senator Blunt mentioned in his opening remarks. Senator Blunt is on the Select Committee on Intelligence. That there is no subject that is brought up more on the Select Committee on Intelligence than Iran. Why is that? It's because Iran is the biggest state supporter of terrorism in the world. So that is what brings us here today, is to talk about U.S. policy towards Iran at this critical time. I suppose that it isn't a small coincidence that helps draw our attention to why we're here today. Then in today's New York Times and Wall Street Journal, there are leading articles about the U.S. policy towards Iran. The first story I picked up was the New York Times, and in it, the headline reads, "With enrichment program a reality, Iranians claim success in stalling." In the second article in the Wall Street Journal, it talks about Iranian exile group nears U.S. rebirth. Washington moves towards taking the MEK off the terrorist list. So perhaps it's good to ask, how are these two articles related? How is taking on the threat that Tehran poses with the development of a nuclear weapon and what that will do to embolden it to continue to be the largest state-sponsored supporter of terrorism around the world, what that has to do with delisting the main opposition group to the mullahs in Tehran, the MEK, the largest organized effort of any opposition group to the current regime in Iran. Well, I'll tell you what it has to do with that. The fact is, if the United States is to see its interests fulfilled, where we see a new day in Iran, where we see a new government in Iran, then it only stands to reason we need to unleash the main opposition to the Tehranian regime, the mullahs in Iran, and that is the MEK.